back with Steve Halls again in his gym. I've got a question for Steve that's really related to a personal experience actually. Steve, I know that myself and others have fallen into the trap before of really talking about not being able to do exercise because I've got a bad back. And I can remember for a number of years I actually really did just stop most exercise because it's like my back's not going to like it. Obviously you've educated me. I'm just wondering that there's a message here to share with other people who might have that excuse, as I know you would call it.
Yeah, and it is just an excuse. Not detracting from the fact that the pain is real, and it's also giving you a message there that something is something's amiss, something's wrong. So we do have to pay attention to the fact that there's something going on there.
Yes.
But also, what we really need to do is to move forward with it and work out a way where we can have a good training session.
Yeah.
One, to either drop some weight or to develop the muscles around it.
Yes.
You know, so that we're moving forward with it. Because if we just stay still, then nothing really, other than muscle atrophy, which is the basically the wasting away of it.
Yes.
You know, will occur. So really, we're looking at what causes the pain.
Yep.
And then what we can do to work around it.
Yeah, so there's always a way to work around.
There's always a way. I mean, for instance, if it was a knee issue,
yeah.
You know, it's one joint out of many joints.
Yes.
So the fact that my knee may hurt doesn't stop me working everything upper body.
Yes.
And to get these muscles big and strong, these will burn calories and keep all this lot intact, which will then help the weight.
Yes.
Which will then in turn be kinder to the joints.
Yeah. So I guess there's always a way around the area that might be giving some problem, and I suppose the other thing that you very much taught me was about we need to find ways to actually strengthen the problem area. You know, I know you've been working with me on strengthening my back and also strengthening core muscles that both were being neglected when I wasn't doing exercise.
Yeah, there's always there's a way. There's always a way, and what you may have to do is just play around with this.
Yeah.
You know, it's because I don't particularly know or can sense when the client is in pain.
Yes.
So it's very much a two-way thing of, okay, we'll try this way. It's a graded exercise, so we'll either get assistance from other machines or as we do with weights, just to offset some of the effort that we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and then just see what it's like as you're doing it.
Yes.
More importantly, what it's like, you know, a couple of days later.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can have a great reaction in the gym.
Yeah.
Thinking it's very good, and then 2 days later, all of a sudden you weren't walking, or it set you back a bit. So what we really need to do is to keep on testing and measuring what it's doing. And if we seem to be on the right track, do more of it, and then increase the intensity or the numbers so that we keep improving, or maybe just change tack a little. Yeah,
and because I suppose also the whole thing of willingness to experiment and get feedback. Experiment and get feedback, and just be able to fine tune it as we have over time.
Yeah. And it's not a great deal of difference to what people do with their personal injuries outside anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're carrying a suitcase and they're putting it in the boot of a car, which tends to be you know, most of the things that puts people back out. I know that's a case in yours. You get instant feedback anyway then. Yeah. So it's not a great deal of difference doing it within the gym and getting, you know, an instant feedback to what you're doing. So all you're doing is saying, right, I can do this, or okay, I can do this a bit, or
that's not
the back doesn't like it today.
Yeah.
Because bear in mind, when we strengthen other muscles around it, we may be able to come back to one of the same exercises
at a later point. Yeah.
And get a better reaction.
Yes. And I know also you've found some great ways to assist the exercises that my back might not be quite ready for yet, but you've just found some ways of making it either smoother or, like you say, assisted, so that I can engage those muscles that need engaging.
Injuries aside, when people can't do a particular exercise, it is generally because that the muscle isn't strong enough in that certain range.
Yes.
And all it takes is training to do that exercise.
Yeah.
The injury is no different. It's just either forgot or it doesn't have the strength to carry out, and therefore we get a certain reaction when we're trying. So all we do, we break it down, I say give that assistance,
Yeah.
you know, and retrain the muscle into
Yes.
how to do the exercise safely and effectively.
And it's quite surprising how fast that can progress, you know, in a positive way.
Yeah.
I found that really useful.
Well, we take away the pain aspect,
Yep.
and the body wants to improve anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, remember, pain is it's an indication that something's wrong. So the body, with its natural survival instinct, will say, "I don't want to do that."
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so once we've overcome that barrier and
Yeah.
it wants to then progress,
Yeah.
we're on a great road.
Yeah. Fabulous. More wisdom from mighty Steve Halls there. More later.